Is the cold start on the Jaguar XJS-C, and yep, if you want to pop the engine on for me. Grill, and then if you'd like to give it a couple of revs. I think we've just come off choke, so if you do a couple more for me. Here we are on the first drive in the 1987 Jaguar XJS-C, obviously with the owner, so he's going to tell us about how the car runs and drives, and then kind of how long he's had it and any other bits and pieces like that. So when you're ready, good sir.
Hi, so I'm Henry and I've owned this car for 4 years now. I originally bought it because I've been into my classic cars for a long time, but I wanted something that would be a little bit more reliable and have a few more kind of comfort settings, like the aircon, which I've had sorted and now works really well. And it's been really a fantastic car, so it's quite hard to be selling it, to be honest, but I've got a kid on the way, and whilst it does have rear seats, they're not the biggest, so in terms of fitting a baby seat, I'm going to go for another classic with for kind of a bit more space in the back. But it's yeah, it drives really nicely. As I say, one of its kind of big features is just how reliable it is. There's never a reason not to take this car. You never have to think like, oh well, what if it break down on the way or anything. And I think something that also drew me to it is the car just comes with so much history, all like the old MOTs going back. It's clearly been very well looked after during its time. During my ownership, as I said, I've sorted the aircon because that wasn't working. I take it to I get everything done at this place near Haywards Heath called Clark's Restorations. I think they used to be known as XJS World, and they just know everything about XJS's. So they've got all the specialist knowledge, and I've had them do new rear springs at the back, all new shock absorbers front and back. They've got the ride height really nice, and it handles really nicely. That was one of the things that I'd already had loads of work done on the like bushes and anti-roll bar and so on, but just finishing that off, and they sorted something out with the steering wrap as well. And probably one of the main things actually that was really beneficial and got them to do was they do a full wax oil service for everything underneath, and they kind of really recommend that for all XJS's. It comes with a little certificate, it's all done properly. The car was with them for a while for them to do it, and it just gives that peace of mind that everything underneath has then been fully treated car's not going to rust away underneath. So in terms of how it drives, the engine pulls really nicely. We'll get on to some slightly better roads in a bit where you'll be able to see that, but you can drive around in kind of any gear you want. I'm in fourth now, currently doing just a little bit over 30 miles an hour, and you could even put it into fifth and it still happily drives along in fifth as well at that speed. So yeah, the gearbox, as you can see, really smooth, just kind of really easily goes through the gears. And in terms of the suspension, I've talked a bit about everything that's been done, but the end result is it just drives so nicely, handles corners so well. XJS are low cars anyway, so they just really hug corners as you go around bends. And I think that was all well worth it, just to have this car, which is, because it's a manual, which is a bit rarer, it just feels right to have it kind of really set up completely nicely so that you can really kind of take advantage of those country roads. Right here.
Sounds really good as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was showing there a bit. Yeah, it does sound great, and it's that really great combination that you can drive it as quietly as you want, and it's kind of not obtrusive. You're going a long journey, which also this car is great for. On the motorway, you're just kind of rock steady and really quiet, even with the open tops, because of the design of the cabriolet. You can hear someone talk quite well. It's not just full of kind of wind noise. But yeah, whenever you want to kind of a bit more spirited driving, or to just kind of pull away from something, you can hear just a really nice exhaust note. So as I say, I think it's that sort of perfect balance, really.
Yeah, perfect. So I would say you've done a really good job of that, to be fair. Can you just talk us through the brakes and how the brakes feel? Because I know these older cars sometimes don't have the best pedal feel in the world, especially obviously compared to newer cars. So yeah, if you just talk us through that. If
yeah,
you could.
Sure. I mean, basically, they're great. I'm used to older classics like MGBs and old Jaguars, and this is just, to me it feels like a modern car. I'm sure some people could kind of point out some differences, but the XJSs were very ahead of their time with technology. It's got dual circuit brakes. It's also got a lot of useful features, like there's a warning light will come on if the brake fluid was dropped too low. Same with coolant and stuff like that. So on the gauges up here, you know everything that's going on. I won't do like an emergency brake, but like there's definitely, everything's fine there. As you can see, it kind of comes nicely to a stop without any big dips or anything like that.
Yeah, and there's no squeaking or anything like that either, is there?
No.
How's the steering feel?
Yeah, nice. I know they've got a kind of a reputation with Jaguars for being kind of very light steering, but to be honest, I feel this one's, I feel kind of fairly engaged with it. Maybe with the XJSs they were kind of, maybe with the manuals, I don't know if they did anything different, but it certainly doesn't feel too light at all. As I say, I think I had the steering rack mounts done, and so that kind of tightened that up. So maybe in some other ones, stuff like that gets a bit loose with age, but on this car, all those bits have been done. So I feel it probably just drives exactly how it was intended to drive.
Yeah. Cool, perfect. I think that more or less covers everything. Unless there's anything else that maybe you wanted to add, but
not really. I think I'd say it's, really usable classic. We're not too far now from a section of road that we can get up to 60 or 70. So you'll get to kind of hear what that's like. I'd say it's in many ways it's quite a shame to be selling it. I've really loved this car. I've taken it to loads of car shows. Often do a couple of hours drive up to the Bicester Scramble, which is a great show, and that's a couple of hours on the motorway, and it's just the perfect car for it because you just arrive there refreshed, but it's still clearly a classic. I think XJSs are really recognised as that now. Gets a lot of attention. You know, if you're stopping off to get some fuel or some shopping or something like that, a number of people say that, oh, my dad had one of those, or you know, you don't see those anymore. So it brings a smile on my face a lot of the time.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. Cool. All right, perfect. I will resume this once we get onto the dual carriageway. So now we're just gonna get the car up to national speeds, 70 miles an hour, and just so you can kind of just appreciate and see how it is. So I'm gonna shut up.
Just happily sit like this at 70 for however long you want to, just hugging the road really nicely.
Yeah, it seems very compliant, doesn't it?
Yeah. Going on to a little bit more of a country road. Show that as well. Even though this road's a bit more less well finished, it still kind of glides quite nicely over most surfaces, to be honest.